November 9, Bravo, Bravo.
November 9, Bravo, Bravo. Roger, Roger. Is that correct?
9, Bravo, Bravo. Roger, Roger. Is that correct?
QSL, and how are you doing this afternoon? Middle here is Bob.
Roger, Roger, Bob. And what's your location?
Roger, Bob. And what's your location?
Illinois. About, I'd say 25 miles northwest of O'Hare Field.
Roger, Bob. And what radio are you running today, sir?
Roger, Bob. And what radio are you running today, sir?
Many years ago, and still seems to be plugging along pretty good.
Sorry, Bob. I've got this guy. I don't know where he is, but he's calling CQ and all kinds of good stuff. Must not have too much ears, because if he can't hear me, I shouldn't be able to hear him. But then there you go. What radio again, please?
Hear him, but then there you go. What radio again, please?
TS-2000, the Kenwood TS-2000, and I can't hear him at all. Of course, I have one about an S7, and yeah, running strong mark. I can't hear him at all, so he's probably pretty close here.
Okay, Bob, I think you're getting some RF in your AF. I think you're getting a little audio feed distortion back into your RF back into your AF. Have you checked your grounds or anything like that?
Have you checked your grounds or anything like that?
Negative, but I have to take a look at that because you kind of correct about that. I'm getting into the intercom system here in the house. So I think what you said is probably correct.
Okay, if you're running power, go ahead and dump your power just for a moment and let me listen to you barefoot. If you're running power, dump the box and just let me hear you barefoot. Roger?
Dump the box and just let me hear you barefoot. Roger?
No, I'm not running power. I'm just running 90 watts input. 90 watts input. Go ahead.
Roger that, okay. Take your microphone down. What's your current microphone reading?
Take your microphone down. What's your current microphone reading?
I'd have to check there. Hold on a second.
We're going to try to isolate that RF feedback by taking your microphone level lower.
Yeah, taking your microphone level lower.
Okay, now we're down to 50.
Okay, what was it before?
Okay, what was it before?
Nothing from, originally it was 90, then it went to 70, now it's 50.
Okay, take it down to 20. Take it down to 20. I'm trying to find a place where it's not feeding back.
20. I'm trying to find a place where it's not feeding back.
Okay. I don't know if that's going to work. I'm hardly moving the needle now. I think it's a little bit too low.
No, I can still copy you. I can still copy you, and it's not feeding back. So let's bring it up just a little bit, maybe 3 clicks from where you are, and let's see what that does.
From where you are, and let's see what that does.
Okay, I moved it to 25. How's that sound?
Sounds pretty clean. I would try to maybe move my mic around a little bit, like maybe further away from the radio or closer to the radio. But let's come up just a little bit more to where we find that feedback does occur, and then we'll try to find a place to shake it. Roger?
Feedback does occur, and then we'll try to find a place to shake it. Roger?
Okay, moved it up to 30. Right now she's at 30. How does that sound?
Sounds good at 30 now. I want you to come closer, Mike. Come on into that mic. What kind of mic is that?
I want you to come closer, Mike. Come on into that mic. What kind of mic is that?
It's a Heil. It's a Heil mic. Let's find a number on there.
It's a desk mic or a hand mic?
It's a desk mic or a hand mic?
No, it's a desk mic. It's a Heil desk mic. Came with the radio.
All right. I want you to come right on top of it for about, just a few words, but right up on top of it, Roger?
Just a few words, but right up on top of it, Roger?
QSL, I'm pretty close to the mic now. How does that sound?
Sounds pretty clean. It's not oscillating or feeding back like it was. It's not distorted at all right there, Roger.
Feeding back like it was. It's not distorted at all right there, Roger.
Okay, good. Well, see, the mic gain is over at 30, so I don't know, we want to try to move it up a little bit and see what happens?
Yeah, come on up to about 50 and let's see what happens.
Yeah, come on up to about 50 and let's see what happens.
Okay, now we're at 50. Now we're at 50. How does that sound?
Yeah, so that's distorted. So move it back to 40, or move it to 40.
So move it back to 40, move it to 40.
Okay, we're back to 40. How does that one sound?
Still got a little bit, so go to 35.
Still got a little bit, so go to 35.
I hear somebody tuning up on their frequency. How does that sound?
Sounds pretty good. Now, you might move that mic around a little bit, either closer to your radio or further away from your radio, and maybe we'll be able to find a place where it's, not feeding back at all. Roger?
Place where it's, not feeding back at all. Roger?
QSL, now it's a little bit further away from the radio. How does that sound?
Still had some there. Move closer to your radio.
Still had some there. Move closer to your radio.
Okay, now we're up closer to the radio. Go ahead.
Yeah, copying a little bit on peaks. Sure are. Now, do you have a ground rod grounding your stuff?
A ground rod grounding your stuff?
Negative. Just go into the water pipe down in the basement.
Yes, sir. Well, that's better than nothing for sure. How far are you away from? Are you on second floor or something?
How far are you away from? Are you on second floor or something?
No, on the first floor. Oh, it's about I would say 10 feet. 10 feet, and I'm using copper straps, so it's, but I do want to put in some ground rods this summer.
Roger. Well, gosh, I'm trying to think. You might want to run out a piece of wire like about 50 feet and just connect that to your ground and help on the RF side, trying to get rid of that RF. Just, it's a floating ground, Roger.
Trying to get rid of that RF. Just, it's a floating ground, Roger.
Yeah. Just like almost like a counterpoise that they use on a lot of these antennas.
Roger, that's what it is. It's a counterpoise, and it's what I suggest to try to get that ground going a little bit better than the way you have it there. And you'll be able to tell that by, let's see, if you were to key up your mic at, say, at 50 or 60 on your mic level, and if it didn't take off like a big bird, as far as oscillation, I would say that you had solved the problem. In speaking of that, let's just see if that will come true. If you were to run your mic level up to 60 and keyed it for 3 or 4 seconds without saying anything, we'll see if that oscillation takes off. Roger?
We'll see if that oscillation takes off. Roger?
Okay, let me try that. Hold on a second.
Okay, we just need about 3 seconds. Take it up to 100, but don't say anything. Just key it, and we'll see if it takes off at 100.
Just key it, and we'll see if it takes off at 100.
It did not. It did not. I heard you, your room noise and stuff, but you did not oscillate like RF would if it was getting into your AF. Certainly, if it gets in there by 50, you should take off, really take off at 100. So I'm perplexed, Roger.
Take off at 100. So I'm perplexed, Roger.
Roger, hold on a second. Let me turn this back down again. Back down to 30. I don't know. Well, I think the answer to grounding is still what I need to do.
Yeah, your audio seems to be fairly clear there. That's at 30?
Audio seems to be fairly clear there. That's at 30?
Okay, try 35. Try 35.
Okay, try 35. Try 35.
Okay, now we're at 35. Go ahead.
Sounds really good there. Doesn't take off at all. I would try to work that mic a little closer if I could. Since 35 seems to be working, maybe we can get some more of your voice in there. So if you would come right up on that mic and talk to me, let me see what that sounds like.
That mic and talk to me. Let me see what that sounds like.
Okay, now we're at right next to the mic in 35. Go ahead.
All right, it may seem to be associated with peaks because you did start to have some noise there, distortion there, and you were at the same level when you didn't have any. So again, you might have to do a ground, or try a different ground, or try ungrounding something even,
Ground or try ungrounding something even,
Yeah, well, I don't know. What are the, as I mentioned to you, getting into the intercom on a lower frequency. Not so much when you move up in frequency, but when you get down 40 and 75 meters. I'm using a doublet fed with open wire line and a tuner. So probably a lot of that has to do with the effect that the ground is going to have.
Yeah, Roger. Let me see if I can find a better path. Why don't you tell me about your antenna system again, and I'll look around and see if anything's gotten warmer as far as your signal, Roger.
See if anything's gotten warmer as far as your signal, Roger.
QSL, 135 foot. Antenna here is a 5 foot And then into the TS-2000. So, and you know, the antenna seems to work fairly well. But as I said, it's as you get into lower frequencies here, it's more of a problem with RF in the shack. So
Roger, Roger. Well, you know, the main thing is to be able to see the RF to deal with it. And the way you can see the RF is through something called a field strength meter. There's a lot of them on the market now. They were sold originally, I think, for CB use, but they are excellent field strength meters, and you can use those to sniff around and see where that RF is getting into your AF. Roger?
QSL. Yeah, well, that's a pick one up. And walk around the yard and around the house with one of those things and see what happens. Have somebody operate the radio while I'm doing that.
Roger. Now you'll have to be in RTTY or AM or some kind of constant signal. You know, single sideband won't do it because there's no noise usually, or whatever. You know, it's very fluctuating. But RTTY or AM will give you a constant RF level to sniff around with. Roger?
QSL, that makes sense.
And, you know, it does sound like it's on the peak, so that would probably mean that it's just on the verge of it. So I wish you luck in finding it. That's one of the most difficult things to find. But, you know, like I said, with that field strength meter, you can, you know, sniff around the microphone area and see if you have, you know, a high RF level there and around other places to be able to judge what's hot and what's not. You know, if you do a sweep around the around your shack there, close into where the mic is, but around your other equipment, just to see where the RF is that you want to try to get rid of. Roger?
Yeah, sounds good. I have to do that. So then find a field strength meter and you know, check around the shack and see what is discoverable. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate the testing and so on. Where are you located at, by the way? Go ahead.
Roger, I missed that last. Repeat.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Oh, I missed your last. Repeat what you said.
I asked you where your QTH is. Where are you located?
Oh, Roger, Roger. We're just across the Ohio River from Louisville, Kentucky. We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio, right at Louisville. Roger?
Roger, okay. Well, thank you very much. Well, good. Got a couple of fellows over here putting in the new furnace. Mine is almost kaput. In the new furnace. Mine is almost kaput. So I decided to do that, and fortunately it's not too cold of a day over here. It's around 30 degrees, so for winter time in the middle of February, it's not too bad of a day. Have a good one. Talk to you later, and thank you very much. KC9VKV from N9BB.
Roger, Bob, I was just thinking, do you have the original hand mic that radio came with? You might try that on and see what that sounds like. The original hand mic for your radio?
And see what that sounds like. The original hand mic for your radio?
Yeah, I think I have that somewhere, but I'm not sure where it's at. I have to go look for it. I don't believe I've ever used it, so
Roger, Roger. That would be, you know, the next step if you have that available. Let me give you a thought. Let's see. Your power out meter will show things that you aren't generating if you have RF in the AF. In other words, there will be certain signals in your RF that are occurring because of it's getting into your audio line, like feedback. And sometimes, if you had feedback, it'll show up as modulation that will kick your output up there to 80% out, even when you're not saying anything. So I'm just trying to figure a way that you can tell when you're getting feedback there. By looking at your output meter and stuff happening with your power out that shouldn't be happening. Roger?
With your power out that shouldn't be happening. Roger?
Although I noticed that before, of course it's kind of hard to tell if it was just picking up ambient noise from the house. When I turn the RF gain up to 100, it was showing forward, a bit of forward power. Maybe 5 watts or so forward, where normally it shows, right now it's showing 0 when I stop talking. So, but I'm not sure if that was just picking up noise from the, ambient noise from the house, or if it really was the feedback from within the radio itself, from the audio circuit inside.
Roger. Well, distortions that you have sounds a little bit like a ripple distortion. Sometimes that occurs when, say your power supply is not properly filtered. Then you'll start to get some ripple in your audio, and that ripple will manifest itself as a not the ripple as it was, but it tends to chew up your audio and garble your audio at the ripple rate. Roger?
And garble your audio at the ripple rate. Roger?
I understand that, but although the power supply is as old as the TS-2000, I think probably, 15 to 20 years old. But this power supply is the old type with the transformer, so although I would imagine it still could be somewhat dirty, it's not the newer ones, which when they first came out were quite dirty, guys.
Roger. Well, the two things. Change the microphone to the hand microphone, and then if you happen to have another power supply, change the power supply, swap the power supply, and see what that does. Roger?
Swap the power supply and see what that does. Roger?
QSL. Yeah, let me try that.
Can you do that now?
Can you do that now?
No. I have to, I don't have the microphone, nor do I have the power supply that's handy. So neither one, I can't do that now.
Roger. Well, just take notes and do what you can when you can, and you got to find something, though. Like I say, it does sound distorted, sometimes worse than others. Sometimes to the point that I really have difficulty hearing what you're saying. So probably need to take care of that as best you can. Roger?
Need to take care of that as best you can. Roger?
Okay, well, thank you very much. Let me see what I can do with that. That's with a friend locally here, and be able to see what happens when I need to. It goes away, because you're going to get some. I don't know what the effect of this antenna has with the ground. But No, the ground is not the best that I have. By far from the best. See what would happen there. Okay. Well, thank you. I gotta run and see what the heck these guys that are changing my furnace are doing. See how long, how far they have to go. They started this morning. I would imagine, hopefully, they're pretty close to finishing. It's getting a little bit chilly now. Talk to you later. Have a good one. KC9VKV and 9BB.
Roger, Roger, Bob. Well, I wish you luck on your difficulty, and if you want to hear it, if you go to YouTube, do call it a search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, and that will take you to this recording. It's KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook on a YouTube search. This will be cut number 1 in a series of 3300, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Roger.
KC9VKV and followed by, what was the next part? Go ahead.
Logbook.
Oh, logbook. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Roger, Roger, Bob, 73, sir. Have a great afternoon and beautiful weekend. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.